Oh, hello. Hello, good morning. It's Saturday, March 29th, 2025. Um, gosh. Oi, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I want to read something very quickly, something that I just wrote. And the reason I'm reading it is because this will probably define who is actually listening and who isn't for me. This is my view on the recent resets. Latent abilities that lie dormant in humanity for good reason are being triggered into action by genetic engineering. Stargates and portals require energetic fuel. Why are we so easily distracted? Generate or generate? That's a bad pun. To be the fuel for the control grid. It was previously triggered throughout human history. This history is hidden as it's rolled out slightly differently every time. Once enough of us believes we are under the control of a benevolent system, it repeats. The more we become aware of the system, the less we comply. They always candy coat it as advancement of technology or a way to rid ourselves of our dis-ease. Another pun, disease. First, they have to trigger the disease. Genetic experiments and mind control are the most obvious way. The arrogance of the humans, ? Who are selling us our salvation is where the system fails. A repetition of resets has always left a few humans to memory wipe later. The eugenics is the eugenetics of population control, and they will overdo the reset this time, in my humble opinion. And I've written this at the bottom in the description of this video on YouTube, because it's just where I am. I don't want you to think that that's your truth. I want you to go in and discover things about where we are in human growth, where we are in our humanity, and why we get there. And then we get shifted away from it, and how we get shifted away from our normal human nature. And we are led to believe that that human nature is to kill each other. Every time. New problem, same old template, war. Why? I want you to go find your truth. Mine is absurdly twisted. I'm aware of it, but it's absurdly twisted. It's taken away some of the joy of my life, although I've maintained a level of sanity and bliss as reminders of who I am. Because my life is a fully exciting and lived out adventure, and that's what it should be. And a lot of people can't go down the same rabbit holes I can. I was trained well as a child, not in a good way, but well, so I can withstand a lot of things that a lot of people are like, no, don't want to hear that. Well, if you do hear it, you do stand a chance of being around whatever that means, on this human experience as they wipe your memory. Some of the dis-ease that we have is wiping our memory on a daily basis. Here's the news, it's this, oh my God. And 30 seconds later, this is the new crisis. And these crises are manufactured. They want to put you in fear of living. I'm not scared of dying, I'm scared of not living. To have an unfulfilled life, that is what they want. They want the automatic, robotic workforce that they dream of. Now, I'm not going to go into the they anymore because it doesn't matter. You're still following fools. Follow your heart, follow the love in your heart. Make sure that that is how you operate. There's an operating system within the system, and they don't like it when you operate independently. Independent thought, not controlled system. Okay, that's it really. I don't really want to expand on that any more than that. I hope it opens a discussion. I hope some people listen. There are some brilliant people out there. Emily Moyer is high on my list. She experiments and dives deep into many theories. So if you can find Emily Moyer, she's expanding on all of the theories that I touch upon. Yeah, Howdy Mikowski, if you want a more masculine delivery, also dives into the history of all of this, his story of the resets. And it happens a lot. You don't even believe it. Your memory gets wiped and you're like, I don't know why I did that. Oh, well, let's just pick it up and get on with it. No, it's more. It's much more. We're eternal beings having a human experience. So many people are now turning to a new savior. You know, they've lived their life in a very particular chaotic way, part of the system. And then they get desperately afraid of what's going on and what they see going on around them. And then they go back to I need a savior. I need a person, a human to stand between me and creation. They sell you that one every time. Savior suffer now? I don't think they're going to get away with it. I think it's genetic engineering. To be honest, I think it's all to do with this time, the reset is triggering people to believe that we can eradicate all disease. Well, we can't. It's not possible. I mean, some of the fools, I can name one fool. I think his name is Larry Ellison. And I'm only saying that because he's the mouthpiece for an idea of Stargate, which was formerly Oracle, which was formerly this, which was formerly that. They just reshape and repackage these things as like, oh, the future, opening stargates and portals. They've been opening stargates and portals all the time. They've been delving into ways in which to manipulate humanity. And in every time they'll present you with a Hegelian dialect: problem, reaction, solution. And we fall for it every time. Well, the solution isn't genetic engineering. I can tell you that the biggest problem humanity has at the moment is the decline in population by the willing. The willing. Willfully ignorant people are saying, well, I can't really afford to have children. It's like bullshit. It doesn't cost anything to have children. It's the greatest thing we can do as human beings, is to procreate, but we have to be realistic, and we have to make sure that we are ran on kindness, love, and peace. And we bring our children into a world of kindness, love, and peace. Otherwise, we're making it really difficult for everybody. Hi, Conrad. Conrad's joining me from Poland, where he lives. Happy Saturday, mate. I hope you're well. I'm cutting this short this morning because this one's kind of pivotal for me. It might be one that I just expand upon, but I need to have an open discussion with open-minded people on the theory that is down below in the notes of this show. And not many people will read it. I think you might, Conrad. I hope you do. And, you know, let me know what you think. Let me, you know, what you believe is happening with this advancement of humanity through genetic engineering, really. I mean, that's what we've discovered is the new way of resetting humans, which we don't need a reset. We never did need a reset, and we've had many throughout history. Memory wipes. I mean, generationally, we forget and then we reinvent. We forget and then we reinvent. I mean, that's what happens through the generations, but it's not a generational gap. There are still people from 400 years ago who, you know, wrote down their thoughts about how humanity can advance through a difficult period. You know, I mean, it's not like our first disaster, right? How many crises have you lived through? This is a psychological operation. This is World War, whatever number you want to put on it, but it's a war for our minds and our hearts. And they've got really, really good, really clever at delivering it. You know, they present us with a new enemy every day. There's a new enemy, new enemy, new enemy. As long as you're not looking at me, there's the new enemy. You know, here comes the bogeyman. It's reinventing. That's not I would. Okay, it's reinventing. No, it's reinviting. That's not what I would expect. My dreams really are not here, but must have been here as well. Yes, yes. They'll steal your dreams, and they'll make it more difficult for you. Why? Because you're upsetting the system. Okay, lots of love. I'm going to leave it there because I really do want this short and sweet, because I do want some people to respond to it, and I will share it on other social media platforms. I haven't been able to download my own videos for a very long time, even though they're my own videos made by me. It's kind of weird, but that's part of the control grid. Again, algorithm, you know, whatever. Anyway, not going to complain, because otherwise YouTube will say he's whining about us. No, I'm not whining about you at all. I'm whining about the technology that's used to get us here, kitty, 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 to follow the stream. And it's not that stream. That is not the stream. That is not your stream of consciousness. That is a fake road they want you to travel. Most of this is false. Some of it is real. Trying to come from my heart, not my head. I love you. I'm going to leave now. Cheers. Have a great weekend, Conrad. And keep your dreams alive. It's very important.